It just might be time to admit the truth. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, the good, the bad, and the Doug Pederson, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on post notifications so you know when I go live or drop some content, which we will be doing a lot this week. However, for those who are watching my play-by-play, my post-game reaction with Battlebirds podcast, and I just dipped on you, is because this happened. Take a look at it. The top piece of a church just broke off, fell off, smashed the cable lines, and hit a couple cars. They all cleaned the cars up and stuff like that. It was a block away from my house. Wow. And in the play-by-play, I was saying, if God loves the Eagles, go ahead and let us get some of these third downs. It didn't work out, and then this happens a couple hours after the game. As you can see, I still don't got the power on. That's why this video is dark. I am in my attic. Got two windows to bring light in, but the green screen's kind of blocking it. I wasn't going to take it down. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put my normal background, so it might be green or it might have it. I'm going to attempt to, but the lighting might not be right to grab it. Anyways, they said that the power should come back on at 8 o'clock, and it's just my luck as an Eagle fan. The one thing is, though, I had time to sit in the dark last night and just think about this Philadelphia Eagles team. Just think about it. And I just don't know. I just don't understand. We're going to get into a couple things. But before we get into today's topic, I did order some merch. So I got some Philly Talk Podcast merch coming. Accessories, shirts, hoodies, Philly Talk logo. I'm going to have the black and white one. I'm going to have a Kelly green color one. And I did make a shirt for TF13. As you all know, that's what I call Travis Fulgham, and I've been calling him that since he broke out in the San Francisco 49er game. Go back in my play-by-play if you don't believe me. So if anybody tells you that they started the TF13, they're lying. And as you can see, it's in the dark, but I'm wearing the shirt now. Short, sweet, simple, TF13. This is the first sample. I'm probably going to change the green. I might make it a little bit bigger. I don't have them available to the public yet, but that will be coming. So it's going to be something like that. TF13. Still working on some stuff, but it will be out in the next week or two. We'll have white, green, black, and different color TF13s, but I probably will make the TF13 a little bit bigger than what I have right here. Let me know what you think. But let's jump into today's Monday reaction. Speechless. Pretty much speechless. Like, I really thought about not making this video with having no power. Everything that happened last night, the Philadelphia Eagles, all that stuff. I really thought about not making this video. Because what is there to talk about? The Philadelphia Eagles had 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks to come out and act like this is a new season. To act like this team can get it together. And that's why I'm saying act, because it's all make-believe. I got it in my head that this team was better than what it was. Doug Pederson cannot call the plays. We all know that. I don't want to make this whole video about me saying he shouldn't be the OC, because that is something we know. Now, I did give him credit in the past. I said it was more his situational football. Get someone in here to help him. But my gosh, he needs to be stripped the play calling. You got to run the ball. I do not understand how in these 10 weeks you had multiple media members talk to him about, yo, do you think you should run the ball more? Do you think you should run the ball more? And he always answers yes. But then Sunday comes and he does the exact opposite. We ran the ball 18 times. Miles Sanders touched the ball 15 times, and Boston Scott touched it 3. We ran the ball 18 times. Disgusting. You got a guy in Miles Sanders who leads the league in yards per attempt, but he's not leading the league in yards because we run the ball so little. We are in 29th, I believe, in run attempts. We're in the bottom 3 in run attempts. And you could say, well, we were down 3-14. Who cares? That is still an area where you can run the ball. You're down 3-14 in the first half. You can still run the ball. And shout out to the guys in the play-by-play who told me that Miles Sanders had 6 run attempts at halftime. 6. So that means in the second half, he had to run the ball 9 times, which is pretty good. Yeah. You got to get Miles Sanders involved. He's one of our best players besides this guy. And again, sorry for the dark video, but I don't got no power. I listened to what Doug Pederson said early in the morning. I didn't get to listen to it until just a little bit ago because I finally got my phone charged because I went to my boy's house and charged my phone because, again, no electricity. But let's take a listen to what Doug Pederson said on WIP. Let's listen.
I hang up. I feel my obligation.
Doug, I fully understand.
I'm pissed off, Angelo.
All right, what about Doug?
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at myself. I'm pissed off at the way we played. And it's just, it frustrates me. It frustrates me to no end. And, you know, we have too much pride. And I have too much pride. These players have too much pride. We work our ass off during the week. And you know, it's frustrating. It is frustrating, and blame it on me all you want. I'll handle it with the players. You can blame it on me. I'm a big guy. I can handle it. That's fine. But this is we're self-inflicting ourselves. We are killing ourselves. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. All those cliche little statements is still showing up and it's frustrating.
Doug, now that you've looked at the tape, what's your best explanation for what happened yesterday?
I look at a lot of different things. I look at, number one, I look at 11 penalties. Let's just start there. Let's start with 11 penalties. Whether we agree with them or not, there's 11 penalties. Let's start with 0 for 9 on third down. Let's look at that. Right? Those are penalties are discipline things. Third down are execution things. And also play calling things. And when I look at this tape today, it's exactly what jumps off at the screen. And I'm not going to sit here and make excuses and say we've got young players. No, that's over with. We're 10 weeks into this thing. There's no more. We all have to do our jobs, and we all have to do it better. I have to coach better. We have to play better. Bottom line.
Well, there you go. There you go. He's pissed. Who ain't pissed? He should be pissed. But you did hear him come at his own play calling. Late last night we talked about this, or we actually talked about this on the the pregame. Doug Pederson always comes out the next morning and regrets something. He needs to regret being the play caller, which he kind of said in the WIP thing. Now, he switched it up when he came to his media session. He said, actually, I think I did a pretty good job. I think I was in a rhythm. I could have did some things better. No. Lies. Big lies. But listen to this. A guy who believes he's a good play caller then says this. Shout out to Jeff McClain, who asked him this question about using Jalen Hurts, and this was his response. If you are a good playmaker, why are you getting a playmaking idea? A good play caller. Why are you getting a play calling idea from a guy in the media? Listen.
Doug, with the Jalen Hurts plays, he's only thrown twice on 30-something plays there. Do you sense that defenses are obviously keen on the run there? And then would it make sense to take Carson off the field like the Saints do with Drew Brees so that at least you have one more receiving option to give the defense something to think about?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So why haven't you done that?
It's a great idea. Something we'll look into.
Great idea, right? You couldn't think of that yourself as a play caller. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. Look, Doug Pederson was bad. He's been bad, but this was the worst performance I've ever seen from Doug Pederson because he had the bye week. He knows the Giants. We just played them. He knew he needed to call a better game, and he knows he needs to run the ball, and the run was successful. If it wasn't successful and he abandoned it, I would be upset, but not as upset as I am to see it be successful and you still go away from it. Huh? The defense was bad. Certain players in the defense got exposed. Jim Schwartz got exposed. Offensive line, Sua Opeta started at left guard. Isaac Samalu got first team snaps, but he's still injured. Okay. Nate Herbig hurt his thumb, I guess. Where's Matt Pryor? You start Sua Opeta, he gets destroyed. O-line was bad. And listen, let's get to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. Because the play calling was so all Carson did was go out there and execute what Doug Pederson was asking him to do. Now, he was a little high, he was a little low. But some of them highs and lows, once the replay showed, were tipped. So I can't get mad at that. He fell down because someone stepped on his foot. We fumbled the ball, or fumbled the snap because the snap was low, not for Carson Wentz, but also for Jalen Hurts. We get to third down. We don't run the ball. But the whole offense has to be held accountable because how could you go 0 for 9 on third down? In every single video I did leading up to this Giants versus Eagles game, I talked about us being 4 of 13 on third down and how we have to be better. I was drilling it into the videos I made, but Doug Pederson didn't drill it into his head. So everybody on offense has to be accountable when the last time you went 0 for 9 on third down was 2004. It's been 16 years. And you broke a record of disgustingness. And some of these third downs were 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 4s. At that point, the run was working so good, run the ball on 3rd and 4. I normally won't say it, but yes, you should have did it last night. It was disgusting. And again, Carson Wentz was not bad. When you have a stale offensive game plan, your quarterback's going to look stale. He was asked to not play hero ball. He was asked to throw the ball away. He was asked to take the checkdowns. And that's all we did. That's all we did. Dan Orlovsky said that it took 38 minutes for Doug Pederson to get Carson Wentz out the pocket. The Giants defense is a top 10 defense, but they're 26 in the NFL when it comes to playing the quarterback out the pocket. And it took us to 7-minute mark, I believe, in the third quarter to get our first rollout. He doesn't call plays for this team, for this quarterback. He doesn't know his personnel. He doesn't. Greg Ward Jr. gets more screens than Jalen Reagor. Shout out to Greg Ward Jr. I love him. But he's not more physical. He's not faster. He's not more elusive than Jalen Reagor. But he gets the screens called for him. We don't run the ball. I might be a broken record, but we don't run the ball. The best yard per attempt running back gets the least amount of carries in the league. Daniel Jones runs the ball more than Miles Sanders. Wow. Before we end this, let's listen to Dan Orlovsky, who's a Carson Wentz fan. Again, he said what I said. Carson Wentz wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. He didn't make nothing. He just did. He was a game manager. And when you're a game manager and your play caller stinks, that's what you get. Bleh. And again, I was a little hard on him last night, and it's because coming off the Cowboys performance, I wanted Doug Pederson and Carson Wentz to show us something. And because Doug Pederson was so bad, he took Carson Wentz down with him. Took him down with him. Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, any of these guys calling plays for Carson Wentz in this offense, we would have been successful. But with all that being said, shout out to the Giants for getting a W, a much long anticipated W. I should have congratulated them earlier in this video, but let's listen to Dan Orlowski before we get out of here.
I let you pick it up the thought there, because you have been sort of the Eagles guy all along, and I know you were very upset with what you saw coming off a bye.
Well, listen, Greeny, I'm busy Monday through Saturday. So Sundays is my time at home to be with a little bit with my family, watch games. My wife's from Philadelphia. Sundays stink right now at my house because my wife is miserable, Philadelphia. I've got a list of the things that I've got gripes with Philly right now. You come off your bye week and this is the best plan? This is the best plan off of your bye week? First of all, stop with the 2-point conversions. You don't get more points the more 2-point conversions you get every game. They're still only worth 2 points. You can kick extra points in the second or third quarters. It is totally legal to do. Third of all, the quarterback, Carson Wentz, he didn't make one play. You get paid way too much money, and usually you have one play a game where I go, wow, that was a sick play. You didn't have one. That's unacceptable. Fourth, defense. Do you have any idea how to stop quarterback run?
No.
Have you guys seen zone read in the past, 20 years in football? You saw it 3 weeks ago. Was there any plan to how to stop quarterback run? Can we stop using Jalen Hurts? It's not working, guys. It's 10 weeks in. It's not benefiting your football team. And this is my biggest complaint. It took till third quarter, 7 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock to get Carson Wentz out of the pocket against the defense for the Giants that is ranked 26th in the NFL of defending quarterbacks outside the pocket. This is unacceptable game planning. It's unacceptable performance by the players. And the reality is this. The difference makers for this football team coming out of the bye. I'm not throwing at Bradbury on 4th and 10. He's the one guy on the defense that's balling. Coming out of the bye, I needed my quarterback to be a difference maker, and I needed my coach to be a difference maker, and neither were. That's why Philly lost.
I mean, come on now. And yeah, I forgot the 2-point conversions that he's in love with. Shout out to somebody in my play-by-play. He said he needs to go to 2-point conversion rehab. The first one was understandable because it got us down by 3. But the second one was just because, why? You have a chart that says it's more successful to get a win if you do it? Well, use math. You're down by 3 if you kick the extra point. You miss it, you're down by 4. Now you need a touchdown. Let's do football math. Stop with all these crazy analytics. On that note, the Philadelphia Eagles dropped to 3-5-1. And I'm going to be a supporter because that's what I do. I bleed green. But my gosh. This team is not good, and it's not just one person. There's a big person in Doug Pederson because the preparation was not there. We didn't show up. Coaches, players, everybody got to be accountable when you lose after a bye to a 2-win team. Until next time, you guys know what time it is. We out.